Houston, we've had a problem.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the first episode of the podcast. This is Castle speaking.
This is Patrick.
I'm Jacob.
And we're Studio55. Now we're a relatively new little production company based out of Houston, Texas. I've had a couple clients so far, done a little work here and there. Trying to get our names out there, but for the main part, we're just kind of entrepreneurs. We're just doing our thing,
Yeah.
We have our day jobs. This is just a side gig that we're trying to eventually turn into something full time. But actually, since I guess Castle and I sophomore year, Patrick's junior year, we've always wanted to do a podcast. Like we've recorded a couple, but we obviously never posted them.
Yeah, they
never
never came out very well.
Yeah, and so now we made some money off of a couple clients. So we ordered some mics, we ordered some stands, and now we're posted up in an undisclosed location.
Yeah, we got the setup though.
Oh, we got a beautiful setup going.
And you know what? This is good on a budget. I mean, we did not spend a lot of money on this.
No, we did not. Yeah. How much were the mics?
They're the Blue Snowball Ices. They're about $45 each. So I guess total with the mic stands and everything, we spent like $180. Like total with everything.
Small flex, but we got it.
Yeah, it wasn't
flex. A subtle
tiny
flex.
Tiny flex, tiny flex.
But I reckon, we're just gonna do our thing, And if you want to listen, feel free. We're gonna be on Spotify, Apple Music.
Yeah,
That's probably what you're
What are we
listening on,
gonna
if
do
I had
this
to guess.
every Tuesday?
Yeah, we're wanting to post every Tuesday, record every Thursday.
Yeah.
And then just kind of have that be our schedule. See how long we do it.
Yeah.
We're not gonna commit ourselves to anything.
But if you guys like it, be sure to keep us on our asses about it, because we do want to do this. It's just we all lead very busy lives, especially Jacob.
We're all very self-conscious, so
Yeah.
we need to know that you like it.
You guys like it? Say something. Why not?
Yeah. What the fuck? Yeah, say it.
And I'd reckon you probably don't know who we are unless you're one of our friends or family.
Yeah, at this
listening
point.
to the podcast. So I guess we'll just go about explaining it.
Yeah.
So basically, me and Jacob met freshman year, high school.
It was 5 years ago.
5 years ago, and I remember one of the first conversations we had together. I saw him, because we had a class together, old Miss Limbaugh, English. We had a class together, and we knew of each other, but we haven't really spoken to each other. And so one day I was after school in the library, and I saw him sitting all alone, so I was like, fuck it, I'll talk to this dude. And so we get to talking, and it turns out we're both YouTubers. We're both interested in cameras and camera work, video work, whatnot.
Wait. Tell them what you YouTube, like what you would film.
Oh,
and stuff.
God.
Okay, so I actually had a lot of weird YouTube videos. I had a couple tutorials. I had a couple FPS, little airsoft things going on.
They're badass, though.
It was great. And then, old boy here, if you want to get into it.
All right. So in the 8th grade, 9th grade, I recorded and posted. They're actually still public. About 80 different Minecraft videos.
Believe it or not, I was actually watching them the other day.
Yeah, we were watching.
Actually?
We were watching them last night.
I mean, they're pretty fucking interesting.
I tried to edit them a little bit. It got to a point where I wasn't just pressing record and ending it and just posting it because I didn't know how to edit.
Yeah.
I was doing some funny moments type shit, and they weren't funny. Not one of them was funny.
It was prepubescent Jacob funny.
Yeah, it was my voice hadn't even gotten deeper yet.
You sounded like a completely different person.
You really did, honestly. And then there was this one video where it was mixed between your prepubescent self and then who you are now, and it legit did not sound like you.
Yeah, it was
crazy stuff.
Yeah,
man.
on my YouTube channel you can see my whole transformation into growing up, I guess. But
Yeah.
I haven't posted there in a few months because we've just been so dedicated on this. It was weird because I did not think that this was gonna we were gonna actually follow through with doing Studio55 at all.
That.
But anyways, continue with your story.
So yeah, basically, me and him started talking about YouTube and whatnot, and we just kind of instantly hit it off, really. And ever since freshman year, we've always talked about going into business together. I mean, whether it was YouTube or small clothing companies. We had this one thing going. It was a Spanx idea. We called it Swanks. It was swimsuits, but it had Spanx on the inside because I hate those mesh material they put on the inside of swimsuits. It's so annoying. I cut it out every time.
Wait, you're serious?
No, yeah,
100%.
me, Castle, and our friend Josh, we
Josh?
Yeah,
Josh.
He's our friend. We were in theater with him. I'm sure he'll come up in stories plenty of times here. So that will be a familiar name at some point. But anyways, Castle and I were just sitting in class. We were like, what's like an original thing that no one has done before? And we came up with fucking Swanks.
The name though, the name is
the
what
name
gets
was
me.
something that we would have had to change. And then was it like last week that we?
It was
discovered?
like 2 weeks ago. Discovered already a
Yeah,
thing.
it's already
Was it
fucking.
really?
Someone's already made millions off of it. it's like apparently like in a lot of swim shorts. So
That's a great idea though, and I might need to buy some.
yeah,
We're gonna invest in it later.
yeah, we'll invest in our own idea that was never created. We also had that radio frequency one where it was like you can play music, but you can connect it to other devices through like a radio signal. We discovered that that also exists as well.
For sure, yeah, that's
It's fucking like Spotify.
basically.
Well, the idea we had is because when we worked together, the first like couple months of our job, we had there was 10 days of free. We work at a car wash. Shout out Quick Crack Car Wash. But it was 10 days of free, and we were sign holding, and we were on opposite sides of the street
Yeah.
of our entrance. And we would listen to podcasts with our earbuds in, but we kind of want to listen to the same podcast at the same time, so
Because
we
how
could
fucking
like
cool would that be?
like look over at each other and like get a laugh in. But we had no way to do it. Apparently, it's already a thing. I forgot what it's called. I saw an app for it, but yeah, already a thing.
I mean, it's not like the biggest thing in the world, but the idea was obviously created by someone else, so it's not like we can just go in and do it. Also, we have no way of even going about trying to create an app or how to link radio
No,
frequencies.
we should keep doing what we're doing. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
we're gonna let him live in his glory. We're gonna let him live with that idea. But you want to explain how you met us?
Yeah, so first disclaimer, I hated both of them when I met them. It was theater, it was my junior year, start of my junior year. It was like
We didn't like you either, bud.
yeah, I know. It was just a whole thing, and what was it? Like first day we were starting the new playoff of the year and everything, and they come in, and I guess they were new.
We were a package deal.
Yeah, you were a package deal, and I look over and I just see them fucking with each other, very much like how we would do now. But at the time, I was.
What shirt was Castle wearing?
Oh
first day
fuck
you met him.
yes! Oh my god, he was wearing a Trump shirt, ironically, but no one knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
no
that
one
was
knew
like
that.
right around the
Clear
most
enough.
controversial time of Donald
Yeah,
Trump.
it was like 2016, right after he got elected and everything. So
Yeah,
I was
everyone
just,
was heated.
and my girlfriend at the time, it was just not a good deal. And for months, I just was like, "Fuck these guys. I do not like them."
I don't know what I did to you. I was just
Nothing
chilling.
really. Nothing really. It just like, I don't know.
Because I was associated.
I think it was because the first day. It was because the first day when I saw you, I think it was just, yeah, you were just, I was very, into theater. I was very focused.
I was also
on
very
it.
nervous.
Yeah,
Because I was like, we were like stepping into this whole like culture. It was like completely separate from high school, but it was like with high school. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you've ever been in theater, then you know. It's like a cult.
Yeah,
It
kinda.
genuinely is. It's like the best memories of your life, the worst memories of your life. Like literally the best and worst moments of high school were had inside that auditorium.
Oh yeah, 100%. And then I didn't start. Me and Jacob became friends during actually one of the performances of that same show. It was there was this big ass box thing, and it was like
It was the sun.
It was the sun basically,
Guillermo.
and Guillermo.
I named
It
it
had
Guillermo. Basically, it was this cart that like had this like sun made out of painted on.
This thing
Luan.
stood about 25 feet.
Yeah,
yeah,
would
and
like
I
to
had
say.
a
It
I had a
was
stand on
heavy.
it.
And my
And it
only
was on
job.
rollers.
Yeah, my only job for the entire show was to push the cart across stage once,
Yeah.
and so I was just sitting there for 3
And
hours. at a time.
he was sitting there, and at one point, kids as they do, we start talking. We get a little bored, ADHD, and all that kind of stuff. And we were all chilling in it, like us and a couple other people, right?
Yeah, it was just like a circle of
Yeah,
theater people.
And we just kind of like, I remember at one point, Jacob like made me laugh really hard, and I was just like, what? Why do I hate you? And like, I even said that to him, and he was like, why do I hate you? I don't understand. we didn't understand why we hated each other. We just did at the time. But after that, we were actually golden.
Yeah, and the only reason Castle wasn't in that circle is because he was made light, so he was like stuck in the back of the auditorium.
Lights
the
for
whole
life.
time.
Yeah, he wasn't even near us. So,
Yeah.
and then me and Castle became close after that via Jacob, but we became close as hell. I think like that summer, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably that
say.
summer. Yeah, and we bonded over like music and mainly music. We bonded over music hard.
Love me some nice music.
Yeah, I think So I think that's how I met you two, and then now we're here.
Yeah, just like fast forward a couple years now, we're all graduated. Patrick is a year older than us.
Yeah.
And
well, technically, in high school, I'm a year older than them, but we're all
educational year older.
Yeah, but we all were born in 2000. I was born in June. Castle is 3 months behind me, and then Jacob is 6 months behind me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 5 months behind you.
Oh, 5 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because December 1st, and then.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for like Jacob making me like forcing me basically to join theater with him.
Oh yeah.
Because we were like
Yeah.
we were pretty good friends before that. There was the summer between freshman and sophomore year where I just didn't respond to him, and it's because
completely dropped me. Did not speak to me
I come from a very
once.
small town, and I went to visit that small town during the summer, and let me tell you, that is about the poorest reception you could possibly get on a phone. I mean, the poorest, bottom of the barrel reception.
it.
Yeah.
You can't send a Snapchat. It takes about 3 weeks. You got to send a messenger pigeon along with it. So I had good reasoning for not hitting him up. However, we were pretty good friends before we joined
and after
theater.
that, yeah.
And then he was like, "Come on, man, you just got to do this with me. I don't want to go alone." And I was like,
Well, because I was gonna
"Fuck
get
it, we ball."
Yeah, I was gonna get Tristan to go with me, but then
Turns out made the best friends of my life,
Yeah.
and it's
Like
Pretty good.
Yeah, like you said, fuck it, we ball.
fuck it, we ball.
the director isn't the biggest fan of us now.
No,
Oh my Lord. I don't think she was the biggest fan of us when we were in there for 3 years.
I mean, we
she
had our moments.
damn well acted like it. She acted.
We
like
had
it.
our moments. Yeah.
Sweet lady, but Lord, I mean, she can just switch it up in a heartbeat.
I don't want to like shit talk her. She was like one of the greatest mentors while we were in there.
Yeah,
Oh, I love that woman to death.
We're saying all this, but we cannot stress enough that she did like help us a lot with who we are now and everything.
Yeah, there was a lot of shit going on my senior year, and like she would just sit down and talk to me, like she'd be there for me. So
Oh, yeah.
I can't just like forget about that. But I guess the way that we left off wasn't the best.
Those 7th period talks we had with her,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I think what kind of ruined that, what made it like pissed her off is we would just like decide like, hey, let's leave. Let's just go get some food. Because 7th period was technically our office aid period that year. And so
You guys, but okay, same for my senior. You guys would leave?
we would leave almost every day.
That's because we had early release, but we had early release and then we had to come back immediately for theater.
Yeah, and
after an hour.
technically at the school we went to, you're not allowed to do that.
No, it's
So,
completely against
Once
the
you're
rules.
once you're technically off, you're supposed to leave.
Yeah, you're not supposed to come back.
So we switched it to office aid, and towards the end of the year, we would just kind of like,
we stopped asking because we
leave?
felt like we didn't have to, and I guess that really got on our nerves.
like take a trip to Whataburger, get a couple burgers, come back. And like, the other director, I'll call him Dave. Well, he was a great guy, so he didn't really care, but she did.
He did.
So I reckon
definitely
that
did.
we didn't get on our good side with that one.
Yeah, we
Do you
really
remember
did.
we came to visit once, you and I, because I think Castle was at work.
Oh yeah.
And told me that she was acting so nice around you guys, but as soon as I was in a room alone with her, she was like, so they disappear every single day, but then they just decide to come back after they graduate, huh? They just decide to come say hi. And so she was just like shit talking us behind doors, and I was like, all right, bet. All right.
There's only so
love
many
you.
things you can do in a theater without like becoming an absolute nuisance and like being a hooligan.
I mean, yeah, theater is just
So-
a gang full of.
We just had to entertain ourselves somehow.
Yeah.
So we would go to Taco Bell,
Yeah.
and we were always hungry, and we had to stay there until 5 o'clock anyway. So it's like we needed nutrition and protein.
Come on. We're teenagers. Like
I'm saying, I'm a
mean-
growing boy. I need this food.
we're food and boredom is just our biggest problems in life at the time. So
Michelle Obama really fucked up our school.
I'm
lunches.
saying,
what
what
say
happened
it.
to strawberry milk? Y'all remember that?
oh yeah.
You know what I
Rest
found
in
out?
peace.
I think you were there. Zola told us that they sell Whataburger at high school.
You're bullshit.
At
You
Colorado
believe
High now
this
on
shit?
Friday. The
As
year,
soon as we graduate.
yeah, They literally on Fridays you can like buy Whataburger merchandise and purchase Whataburger
Like
from the school.
the whole menu or just
I
certain
think
items?
it might be certain items, but the fact that Whataburger comes to the school and we didn't get that until after we graduated. Now we
I didn't
can't do
get.
it.
Well, no, that's not the first time they've done that though, because they used to have Chick-fil-A too.
Oh, so we just missed out on it.
No, yeah, all
So-
three of us used to. No, because I didn't have it either. It was before I was there.
Oh, it was before you were there. Okay, I
Mhm,
thought it was
yeah.
like your sophomore year or freshman
No.
year before we got there.
No, we just had the normal like special lunch
Yeah.
items, you know, the tornadoes and all those. Oh, those go so hard though.
I hated those.
And for any fellow Texans who say Whataburger, I will say Whataburger, and I don't care. Come fuck with me. For real. 155 Fountain Lane.
That's the location of where Castle and I work. All 4 years of us being friends in high school, we would talk about wanting to work together. And then Castle and I were actually able to make that happen. But by the time like that happened, you were already a manager where you work. So
Yeah, I work at Mod. Shout out to Mod. It's cool, but I do wish that I kind of had waited, or I had just kind of gotten the guts to maybe just quit and
Fair enough.
come join you guys, because now if I come join you guys, I'm a little bit behind, and I wouldn't be making the pay I do now.
yeah, I mean I guess at this point it's better to just wait.
Yeah,
'cause
it's definitely
I'm
better.
on a track right now that one day I could potentially have my own store. I don't want to talk specific details just out of respect to them, I guess. But I mean, I'm on a track to where
hopeful.
one day I could potentially have my own store, and then at that point I could hire you as a manager, and we could all work together.
Disney Plus.
Honestly, I wish I had invested into Disney before they actually released, because they had announced Disney Plus as a streaming service
Months before.
months before they did
Months
it.
before.
And our friend, a coworker of ours, actually by the same name of Patrick, he invested how much?
I think he has 5,000 in Disney and then 5,000 in Microsoft.
And
That's
he
like
invested before Disney Plus dropped. So I mean, Disney stock skyrocketed after they dropped Disney Plus.
man. And their whole business model with that is brilliant, because they can just like spend all this money on making the movies, and then just after they're done making money off of like the box office, they can just throw it on this platform where millions
And
of
make
people
more
I'm
money.
saying.
Yeah.
Biggest complaint though about Disney Plus is the fact Disney, if by chance, by random
Some
godly
miracle.
chance, yeah, some godly chance that you're listening, please, for the love of God, stop putting movies on there that are not going to be here until next year. You're teasing us, and it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Also, get your streaming service under control. And I know
Okay,
you have the
yeah.
whole excuse like, oh, we didn't expect this. But y'all saw what America did over a chicken sandwich. And you're going to tell me that they're not going to go crazy over Disney Plus?
It's
Yeah.
literally like they're
It
most
had-
of our entire childhoods
saying.
right
Was
there.
it like 100 million people that just instantly joined, or was it like how many people was it?
It was a lot. I don't know the
was a lot,
specific
yeah.
number, but it was up
The
there for
first
sure.
24 hours. It was like record numbers. And like Mandalorian right now already is the most streamed self.
Oh,
I
they're
don't know
releasing
how to-
episode 5 tomorrow, aren't they?
Yes.
That's
Speaking-
going
yeah.
to be
episode 4.
amazing.
Speaking of
You still haven't seen
Mandalorian.
episode 4?
No.
Speaking
It's
of the
amazing. Have you?
Mandalorian. Yeah, no, I haven't seen
Oh
episode
my
4.
gosh, I cannot talk about the things, but let me tell you, there are things to talk about. There are things to talk
The only
about.
thing we need to be talking about is Baby Yoda, because
I
that's
love
literally
that
the
little
cutest
guy.
thing.
He's just an adorable
Alright.
little fella.
This is a thing I saw on Twitter. Is it Baby Groot or Baby Yoda?
I would
Baby
use
Yoda.
Baby Groot.
Stop!
to-
Don't!
I'm not
I
gonna say
saw
it.
that meme.
It's funny.
Use Baby Groot as firewood to keep Baby Yoda warm.
He's
so
so
messed
adorable
up.
though. His little rosy cheeks.
I love Baby Groot's personality more than I love
Baby
Yoda.
Groot's just an
Yeah,
adorable little
yeah.
guy.
Because you
But Baby Yoda is just like Baby Yoda is just so much more innocent. I feel like.
Yeah, but he's also like one of the most powerful creatures in the
Oh,
entire
100%.
universe.
Yeah. Oh,
He's like 50 years old, and for them in his life cycle, that's like a baby.
See, that's
he was
the
able to
funny
lift up this
thing.
entire.
Is like him and Anakin were born the same year.
Yeah,
Born in 14 BBC or BBY.
I don't.
BBY.
I reckon
don't
I
know
don't think it's
timeline.
BBC,
It's probably BBY.
which stands for
I
British
just realized-
Broadcasting Channel. If you didn't know,
definitely
definitely
that.
not
14
BBC. Yeah, BBY. Shit.
oh, was that before Yavin?
Yeah.
Ha, that's funny. The Battle of Yavin.
The Battle of Yavin.
I don't know the timelines very well.
The
Like,
timeline
Yeah,
right
I'm not-
now, technically, is as far as I know. Please, no hardcore fans go off on me, but I'm pretty sure right now the Mandalorian set 5 years after
Yes.
the
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi, yeah.
and then 20 years before
Force Awakens.
Yeah. So it's like right there. So like you're watching The Mandalorian and you know Luke is out there somewhere. You know Leia's out there somewhere. Han Solo. Like they're all doing their own thing.
What do you guys think of Rise of Skywalker, and what are your opinions about it?
The trailer I saw
Looks
looks
really good.
great.
It looks great,
and they're back to J.J. Abrams for this one.
See, my thing about that is that I think that J.J. Abrams is a good enough director, and he listens to the fans enough that like I feel like he made Force Awakens. You know, that was its own thing. Last Jedi, that was its own thing. And I think he listened to the fans for both and probably did his research. And I think that he is going to make The Rise of Skywalker, a really great film.
This is going to be the most pressure for him in any of the Star Wars movies he's made.
Because this one.
The end of the series. He has to wrap, like, not just 2 movies and wrap up the third one. He has to wrap up 9 movies that are all in the same like timeline. It's gonna be tough.
He's got some weight on his shoulders.
So I'm happy that I'm not in his shoes with that kind of stress right now.
But 100%. But that's the thing is that I hope that one day maybe we're big enough. I want to direct a Star Wars movie.
Oh, is that the goal now?
I want to direct a Star Wars movie, bro.
You know
like
what?
Old
Respect.
Republic. That would be that's still uncharted territory for all we know.
You can make the Jar Jar Binks movie.
Darth Jar Jar.
Dude, I believe at some point we will be seeing Darth Jar Jar. Hold me to that.
No.
At some point. I don't know if you watched.
I think you're gonna
what
lose
was
that
it like?
one, bud.
Super Carlin Brothers. They were. Was it them that released that video?
Mm-hmm.
About there was like this 20-minute long video about this conspiracy that Jar Jar Binks was actually a Sith Lord the entire time. He was just like manipulating everyone.
Yeah, they take scenes from like all 3 like prequel movies and are like this he was doing something here.
Yeah, he looked this direction at this time.
He waved his hand a certain way. He was using the Force.
I don't think it's that deep.
I don't think it's that deep.
No, they didn't put that much time in the movie.
Oh, hell no. George Lucas wrote The Phantom Menace on a piece of paper in his hotel room in 5 minutes.
Yeah, especially
or an hour or something like that.
It'd be different if it was like for the original trilogy or like even the new ones. Mm-hmm. But they were just throwing those bitches out there.
Oh
like
yeah, have you seen Attack on the Clones?
It was a great movie though.
It is a good movie.
I watched that thing over and over again.
It's Star Wars, so of course it's great.
Yeah,
but it's just like when you have others to compare it to, it's bottom of the list definitely.
Yeah, Episode 3, and that was one of the prequels. That's my favorite Star Wars movie to date. That's my favorite one.
I do love Episode 3, but I'm an Empire Strikes Back fanboy.
I feel
myself.
It's a good movie. I think my least favorite, and I hate to say this, at least out of the prequels in the original trilogy, is the first ever Star Wars movie. No. I'm talking about
A New Hope.
A New Hope.
Really?
I think that's
Jacob.
my
I'm
least
gonna
favorite.
ask you. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
No.
Yeah.
The only reason I say that, I love the storyline. It's just the
it's
special
just
effects.
1977.
Really
yeah.
But I guess for me I have to look past that. I guess because you kind of have to put yourself in the shoes of the people that went to go see it in the theaters.
I mean, for 77, it was pretty flipping good.
Yeah.
And like the reason why the lightsaber battles were so rough is because they were actually like genuine like sticks.
Yeah.
And so they were made out of glass, so like you couldn't hit them together, otherwise they'd break. So that's why like whenever you saw
You had to go slow as shit.
Yeah, whenever you saw Darth Vader and Obi-Wan go at it, they were going so slow that they both looked so old. But then you see Darth Vader in Rogue One, and he's like throwing people up. He's able to do all. It's just like the time period. So I guess
that's what I hate, because they did they wanted to use illuminated and they would rotate. Mm-hmm. The poles the little poles coming out of their lightsaber hilts.
Yeah.
But they rotoscoped it anyways, so it's like at that point you could have just used like a green wooden dowel.
Yeah.
And rotoscoped over that. That would have been so much easier, especially for the technology at that back in the day.
And you could have hit it together. You could have gotten a lot harder.
You could have got a lot more clashing, a lot more action. Of course, they were old as shit. So.
Well, no, Alec Guinness was the guy.
Alec Guinness was old as shit. Yeah, no, the guy in the Darth Vader suit. What was his name?
He was
Peter
young.
something.
It was
Peter
Selleck. No,
I don't know.
Right.
I'm gonna look that up real quick.
Yeah,
but he was pretty fit. Yeah, and he was like a.
Yeah,
he did something with acrobats.
He was still he was still in his good enough age to be doing that kind of stuff. But I mean, either way, but they tried, because you can also tell the thinness in the New Hope. You know how like the lightsabers are so thin?
They're just like little thin babies.
Yeah, but I kind of like it. Honestly, like they did that in Rebels too, and honestly, it's different because we're used to like seeing like the Clone Wars and like prequel lightsabers, but honestly, it's not that bad.
It's not that bad, especially for the technology they had. Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
I also think that was kind of cool because it's like Rebels is set like in the original trilogy time period, so it kept it canonical.
Did you get the name over there, buddy?
Yeah, David Prowse.
David.
Oh,
Oh, I know who
I'm.
I'm thinking of Peter Mayhew.
Yeah,
Chewbacca.
Chewbacca.
And then
rest in peace.
James
Rest in peace to the
Jones was the voice.
James
of
Earl
Darth
Jones.
Vader.
James Earl Jones. Wait.
No.
Yeah.
Did Peter Mayhew die?
Yeah.
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 He died, what, 2017, 2018?
It wasn't that long ago.
I think C-3PO's. I think he's the actor for C-3PO is the only one live still.
Yeah,
I know.
it's really sad.
Except for Mark Hamill.
Yeah, and I guess at that point, Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
The Chewbacca actor passed away.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Chewbacca's my favorite character in all of Star Wars.
Really?
Really?
It's him.
K2SO.
Actually-
K2SO from Rogue One is mine.
Really?
I love that.
Kind of want to
man.
do a
wow,
thing with
that's
you
a hot
boys.
take.
Huh.
Let's go. What me, you, and Patrick were doing the other day at work. Top 3 Star Wars characters, go.
Ooh, okay. Patrick, you start.
All right. K2SO. Oh God. K2SO. Frickin' the. You probably wouldn't. I don't remember his name, but it's like the Red Crusader or something. He's in the Force Awakens. He has like the, he's Finn was gonna charter with him. He's the pirate that Finn's gonna go with in the Force Awakens in Maz's pub.
Oh, oh wow.
Yeah.
I can't remember that at all.
But that one, and then I probably have to go like a classic like Obi-Wan or something. No,
Well,
Which Obi-Wan, though?
yeah.
no, Darth Maul. I take that back, Darth Maul.
I was never really that fascinated by Darth Maul.
Dude,
really? Have
I
you s-
love Darth Maul. Phantom Menace. I said Darth Maul. Darth Maul. Phantom Menace. His like acrobat skills and just the way he handles
true,
that
and
double. It's amazing.
It was badass, like the way he like hit like the right side and then the left side.
But that's
like,
not
the
even
fucking
why I love him. I
lightsabers.
love him because of all the stuff they've done since then. Like he's
Oh,
in,
he has
he's in
robotic
Rebels. He's
also
in
like
Clone Wars.
Savage Opress. He's a dope
Dude,
motherfucker.
Savage Opress is a badass.
And Asajj Ventress.
Savage, all
Bad bitch.
just that whole like that whole clan like of the Night Sisters and everything. That's just literal peak for me.
My top 3. I take it back. Anakin from the prequels is my favorite character, and then Chewie's my second. All of them, he's the same character throughout. Throughout, and then Poe from the recent.
Love Poe.
Poe is
Poe Dameron.
yeah, he's so great. I just love him as a character. I love his relationship with BB-8.
Great pilot.
With Finn, best pilot in the Resistance.
I'm probably gonna have to go. Boba Fett,
Okay.
Yoda,
Okay.
and Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan.
I mess with
I'm
that.
excited for that movie. He's about
Dude,
to make a
Although-
movie.
it's a TV show.
I don't think you can beat that
It's a
one
TV
guy
show?
Pretty sure it's a TV show.
from Force Awakens that comes out of nowhere. You should have told that to Kanja Club.
You should have told that to Conjure Club.
Oh yeah. That whole movie was like, it's like those classic TV shows. Where are they now? And it's just like, oh, Han is still doing the same shit, still smuggling, still running away from everybody else.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, let's do another top 3 because that actually is kind of fun. But we're gonna change the subject.
Oh, go ahead.
Top 3 favorite TV shows.
Top 3 favorite TV shows of all time.
Yes, Jacob.
Oh my. Okay, you're really putting me on the spot here. Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, and oh wow, House of Cards.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's not everyone.
I mean, it's a little controversial now because of
Kevin
who
Spacey.
Kevin Spacey is, but God, that's a great TV show.
I'm going Stranger Things.
Okay.
Solid.
Matlock
Okay.
with Andy Griffith.
I haven't seen that.
You haven't?
And it's an old TV show.
It's pretty good.
And Murder, She Wrote's also good with Angela Lansbury. I love her. Have you ever seen Murder, She Wrote?
I haven't either. No.
Beautiful.
I've
Golden
only ever
Girls
heard
is
good things
also
about it.
amazing.
Golden
I'm just
Girls
a
is
fan of
amazing.
really old TV shows.
Gilmore Girls. Is
Gilmore Girls is
quality.
also pretty flipping good.
So good.
I've only seen like bits and pieces of it, but it's pretty good.
I don't vibe with you
My
guys.
mom and my sisters watch that every day, so I would just by default, I would always see scenes from the show. Like I haven't seen it all the way through, but it's like I'll just sit down for like an episode or something. It's just the quality, wholesome. It's just great TV show. It's great.
I probably have to go.
Well, what are your 3 favorites?
My 3 favorites, I already got them. So we got Peaky Blinders. Great show if you haven't checked it
My
out.
brother's been trying to get me to watch that
Dude,
show. I
Peaky
need to.
Blinders, the episodes are really long, but the seasons are short. So it's like, it's a bit, and there's only 5 seasons.
Accents are thick too.
Well, because they're from Birmingham.
Yeah.
They're from like deep UK.
They really get into it.
Oh yeah. How I Met Your Mother. Sorry, it's better than Friends in my opinion.
It is.
Yeah, How I Met Your Mother's just sick. Castle, you don't agree?
I don't watch How I Met Your Mother. I've seen episodes of it because my grandparents used to watch it.
Mm.
You gotta watch it
But-
start to finish though for it to really.
It was
To really
it was
sink
funny
in.
for sure, but I love Friends just because I'm a pussy.
And then
I guess I have to admit I've never seen Friends all the way through either, so I can't really.
I love
have
Friends.
A
I don't-
full opinion.
I don't really have a third one, but I will give one of my top favorite like shot TV series. It's on Netflix. It's called Dark. Me and you started it, Castle.
Yes.
The one it's German, but it's dubbed. They have it dubbed on there. But dude, like if you haven't seen it, Jacob, it's
haven't.
the cinematography in that is just peak, like color grading peak. It's just great. The vibe is great.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
I think my top 3 list is Black Mirror, Murder, She Wrote,
Black Mirror.
and Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Black
think
Mirror,
about
yeah,
Black
Black
Mirror.
Mirror is pretty freaking sick.
But it's not like I don't really think of that. I mean, it's a TV show, but it's like it's just a bunch of mini movies.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
So I can't really because like TV shows for me it's like a series. It's like a start to finish storyline. So I don't
I have
know.
to rechange my answer.
What is
So not Dark, but Death Love Robots.
Deathloop. I've seen that, but I haven't watched it.
It's
Like I've seen
it's
I've seen
amazing.
advertisements and whatnot, but I haven't watched it.
I think the most appealing thing for me about it is because it's like it's one different stories and they're not that long either. It's like maybe like 5 to 10 minutes each one, and the animation style. The thing is they change every episode. It's a different animation style, so it could be ultra realistic or it could be like really like cute kid.
I love that.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
You ever seen that the steamed hams
No.
in like 10 different animation
No.
styles or something from The Simpsons?
Oh,
It's hilarious.
memes.
Memes.
Memes are great, honestly. I saw this one meme, and of course, I'm a big fan of music theory, and so I love like jazz and whatnot. And so I saw this one meme today that I mean, it really it struck home. It just says John Swoltrain giant reps, and then they Photoshop John Coltrane's face on this just big brolic man.
You're into like the super underground memes.
Yeah, your memes. You send them to me, and I'm like,
You gotta
I
think
missed
It's
about
like
out.
you
it.
really
I love
have
it.
to like you really have to think about it.
or you
'Cause,
have
like,
to know stuff.
Yeah, like the memes that are all over Instagram, like on memes, what you doing, and like fuck Jerry, all those. Those are like memes that you look at, you instantly know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Like the ones that Castle will send, they're like you have to sit there for like 5 or 10 minutes and like really think about what it is, and then it hits you, and it's
Yeah.
like funnier than any other meme that you see.
Sometimes even look it up.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta look up, Google the meme.
So upcoming projects, we have a few. We actually have 2 actually this next coming week that we're about to film. Tuesday, we're filming with a mutual friend of mine, Cameron. He's gonna be doing some music stuff. He's starting his own band. Funny thing, we actually used to be in a band, and then I realized I suck at music, so I quit.
Shut up.
Yeah.
You do not.
Yeah, I do.
What can I do
Castle's
with my hand over here.
He's just
Oh.
playing with his fingers. Oh, that doesn't sound.
That doesn't sound right. Anyway,
what you were saying.
anyway, we're that's what we're doing. We're on Tuesday we're filming, and then on Thursday we are filming with a local rapper, Houston rapper, going by Kenny the Martian. If you haven't looked his stuff up on SoundCloud or don't know him, please check him out. He's on more of like the goth boy kind of like trap side of things, but
It's really good.
it's really good. It's like he's got a good flow, and his stuff is really, really well produced.
Yeah. So we're not just doing the video because it's one of the only clients we're getting right now.
No.
It's like genuinely like we're excited to do the video for him because it's a song that we actually really like.
Exactly. He's really good, and I think that if we gave him the best thing, I think that will shoot him, further.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have this whole storyline that we're gonna do, but I guess
Exactly.
you'll just have to see that in the next couple weeks.
Yeah. Next couple of weeks we'll be releasing that.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir. Making money moves.
We also, speaking of on the podcast, we're actually going to try to have guest speakers.
Speaking of the
Every
what are
once in
you
a while.
talking about? We were not speaking about the podcast at all, Patrick.
I know. I meant more like we're just talking
That was
about
a-
Nice
Studio
segue,
55.
bud.
That was a great segue.
A1.
That was quality.
Anyway, we're going to have guest speakers.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
The first one that we gotta have is my brother.
Yes,
He's
Ethan.
great. By
Ethan
the way,
is my top pick.
Ethan, this is just a slight plug. Ethan and I are going to be starting an NBA podcast, so tune in to that. I'm sure it'll be posted to the Studio55 account once or twice, if that's okay with you boys.
Oh, 100%.
But basically, all right, so Ethan and I are just like crazy huge fans of basketball, and I mean, all of our friends know because that's like all we talk about.
Yeah.
So Ethan's the one that got me really into basketball and like following the NBA and all the players and like all the storylines. So it got to a point where like we were like, okay, no one wants to listen to us talk about it anymore. So why don't we just talk into a mic and see if anybody out there who's as big of a fan of basketball as we are would be interested in listening to us shitheads talk about
Jacob
basketball.
is slowly getting me into basketball.
It's been a slow burn for like 2 years.
Although I'm starting to really like it.
You're starting to like actually be able to like hold the conversation, like understand like, oh yeah, this player does this player does that. It's pretty cool.
There's too many players for me.
It was like I had to force myself to be into it for a few months to really understand like what was going on.
There's a lot going
There's
on.
a lot going on. A lot you have to consider. Like a lot about the plays. Like, well, why did that whistle just blow? Like, who is that player? Why is he have? It's like the NBA is one of the only sports. It's like an ongoing, 365-day a year like soap opera. Because it's like after the game's over, that's when the entertainment really starts. Because that's whenever there's the beef or there's like the friendships or there's like the storyline.
It's
It's
flexing.
crazy.
There's different kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah. So in the next at least month or 2 months ago, check out the Sycamore Saints NBA show. We're gonna be creating that, so be on the lookout.
Also be on the lookout. We're planning. Actually, me and Jacob tomorrow are planning on. We're gonna try and come out with a short film by the end of the year.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. At least have it filmed by the end of the year.
Filmed by the end of the year. Hopefully do reshoots maybe by January, and then hopefully have it out by early next time.
Yeah.
Next year.
Sometime January.
Yes.
We want to have it released.
Yeah.
But it's this. I don't want to say too much about the plot yet because we're probably gonna like change it and morph it a little bit. But it's one of the first ever like scripts that I wrote, and it wasn't really a script; it was more of an outline. But long story short, it's about two brothers that are living in this post-apocalyptic world, and one of the brothers gets kidnapped by some cult or gang or something. However you want to interpret it, because we're not going to really go into that. It's more about like how the characters are going to get out of the situation that they're in currently, not about why they're in that situation. And then I started talking to Patrick about it, and he came in with his own ideas to really morph it into something that would be not like less of a slow kind of like slow burn kind of thing, which is what I was writing at first, and more of like a thriller. And so that's what we're kind of working on now. And so, yeah.
We hope to have that done soon. But
yeah. It should really only take a few days to film.
it really should. But
You never know.
filming always
Yeah.
has its problems, and it's
It never goes perfectly.
yeah, it never goes perfectly. There's probably gonna be yeah.
It's probably going to go longer than 3 days.
Oh,
Definitely.
100%.
Definitely going to go longer than 3 days.
100%.
For sure.
Oh, there's something. Letterkenny.
Great show.
Freaking
100%
amazing
I'm going to
show.
sit this one out, boys. You guys go at it.
Letterkenny is like just the sheer like speed of how they if you haven't seen Letterkenny, it's basically just a big roast fest of all of the
100%.
characters. Yeah.
They
It's
just go on little tangents, and it's amazing.
it's amazing, and it's like it's funny, but it's also like their opinions are what make it funny and everything, and it's great. It's if you haven't seen it, it's a Canadian show. It's set in the town of Letterkenny, and there's 5,000 people, and it's about basically their problems. Great characters, great. The man who made it also impresses the absolute hell out of me because he went to L.A. I actually watched an interview. He went to L.A., was in and out of the like film industry for about 5 or 6 years, and then he finally was like, I hate this. Moved to Canada, and a bunch of other people kind of like helped him make it, and then that's how he made it. So I think he's a very brilliant man. I think he just kind of did it on his own. That's what gives me hope that we don't need big corporations.
If you really want some hope, Trailer Park Boys, whenever they first started out, that was a tiny TV show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not even into Trailer Park Boys all that much, but what you guys have told me, it's about damn near the funniest thing I've ever heard.
It's amazing. The later seasons it's definitely like an acquired taste.
It's watered down by the end.
But still an amazing show.
It's great.
It's great.
That's like, whenever you guys describe Letterkenny, because I haven't seen it yet,
Mm-hmm.
it reminds me more of like a similar kind of thing to Trailer Park Boys.
It low-key kind of is, from what I've seen of Trailer Park Boys, because like the hijinks almost is kind of similar.
Yeah.
But I guess the dialogue is what's the biggest difference. for the most part.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I love Letterkenny because there's just like it's the lack thereof character development. They all just stay the same person throughout the seasons, and it's amazing.
But it's low key kind of like really cool because there's like the weirdest part about Letterkenny. There's 7 seasons, and they started in 2016.
Yeah,
and
Whoa.
there's 7 seasons they started in 2016. So basically, they
like a season every 6 months or something.
Well, that's the thing too. Is the 3rd season is all snow, like it's all set in the winter. So yeah, they imagine that like timeline basically.
That's crazy.
I know.
That's actually pretty cool. I've never heard of something like that.
Imagine how much free time you must have.
Yeah,
to just be able to just pop that out. I wonder how he wrote it. I wonder if he just like
it was all like mostly improv. I bet.
I wouldn't doubt it in all honesty because the way they talk, you would think that they're just natural people.
Yeah, that's true. I have to watch that. It's on my list. There's just so many things that.
My list is the El Camino. El Camino, the new Breaking Bad movie.
Oh, it's so great. Some people didn't really like it because they think that it didn't answer some of the questions that they had. For me, it answered every single question that I had. And for me, like, that show's wrapped up. Mm-hmm. Like, at the end of Breaking Bad, they could have stopped there. They could have never. It was one of the best endings of a TV show of all time.
Pretty great ending, yeah.
If you've seen it, you know how, like, from start to finish of that show is perfect all the way through. But then they announced that they were going to do a Netflix original, which was all like kind of sketchy because there's a lot of Netflix originals that aren't that good. So that's why everyone was kind of skeptical because it's like, are you really going to mess with that legacy that you've already left? Like, you could really mess things up.
You could just leave it alone.
Yeah, you could just leave it alone. But there were a lot of questions that everybody was wondering, like, what happened to Jesse? Like, did he get caught like 5 minutes after the movie was over? Yeah, what happened to Jesse? What happened to his family? What happened to people that were associated with both of them? And that movie perfectly answered all the questions. You know what happens to Jesse. You know what happens to the people around them that were associated with Walt and Jesse. Mm-hmm. It's a great, and cinematically.
I mean, overall, just the show and the movie, I'm sure it's perfect.
Vince Gilligan is an incredible filmmaker. It's crazy. Some of the shots in that movie were ridiculous.
Yeah. The Irishman also. That's the new big one.
Oh.
Actually, okay, so I know some people will say that you should just watch it like all one thing, the whole 3.5 hours. My thing is, though, I ain't got that much time on my hands.
I didn't watch it in one sitting. I watched it over the course of 3 days.
But some people might have seen this. Snapchat came out with a thing to basically watch it in like episodes. So I haven't seen it, so I'm not going to say anything too big, but episode 1 would basically be until about 49 minutes in. And then whenever that ends, whatever that is, and then that ends, and then episode 2 would be like about an hour 49 to about an hour 40, and then the next one would be, Jesus Christ! Actually, these episodes are still long as all hell. I don't have time.
Yeah, it's like a long TV show. I mean, it's a 3.5 hour long movie. That is like an insanely.
Scorsese knows how to film a movie, basically.
Yeah.
I mean,
and they had the de-aging technology, so like you saw Robert De Niro age 40 years in that movie.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like the first part of the movie is him at like 40, and then the end of the movie he's like 87 or whatever it was. Like whoever Frank Sheeran, however old he was whenever he died. But that's whatever you saw in that character he was portraying. It was funny because while I was watching the movie, I had no idea what was going on. Really? Like halfway through. And then it all kind of started clicking for me because I didn't know much about like Jimmy Hoffa and Frank Sheeran and all them, and like the actual storyline and like that whole dynamic in the 50s. I think it was the 50s.
Probably I haven't seen it.
But anyways, yeah, it was like I didn't know that it was based off a book, based off real life events, and then now that I know that, I'm gonna go back and watch it again. But great movie, and cinematically,
Scorsese is known for his long movies, like Gangs of New York and The Departed.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, have you seen Gangs of New York?
No,
dude.
But I've seen.
It's about
clips.
the same. It's about the same. It's like 3 hours.
And
really long.
And they just had all the heavy hitters. They had Al Pacino, Robert De Niro. They had
yes.
And just go down the list. Like, even like the people that were extras and that were just in it. You know, like had like little lines, but they were in the movie. Mm-hmm. Ugh. God, I can't even stop talking about it. It was so good. I sound like a fucking nerd.
Funny thing is, I think we're We're coming up on our mark. We have about.
Yeah.
The thing I think about this podcast is we want to try and keep it like 55 minutes. We want to keep the.
Well, yeah, we'll probably never actually hit it.
Yeah, no,
But, like,
most likely not.
Most likely not, but that'll be our goal, and you'll know that that's our goal. And one day, whenever we hit it, you'll know that we're feeling really proud of ourselves. Until then, we hate ourselves. Just so you know that we don't like ourselves.
We're just winging it.
We're just sitting in an undisclosed location. just sitting in a circle, doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, basically just talking into mics.
But I guess we can wrap it up here.
Well, it's been good, I reckon. We have been Studio 55. We will continue to be Studio 55, and you continue to be you. Have a great one.
That was actually pretty good, man.
Yeah, it actually was really good.
All right, later, guys.
Bye.